If you're outside with your pup and you're taking photos, there are two types of photos that you can get to get very different looks without having to move your place. You can do them in the same space. All you have to do is change your angle slightly to mix up your photos to get very different looks in literal seconds of each other. So we're gonna take a look at this photo. Let me zoom out so you can get the whole view here. We've got this really cute photo of my dog Lucy, big bold skies behind her. We're getting a lot of those background elements. And because we are taking this at a lower angle, my camera source is down toward the ground, you are not seeing the fence. You're not seeing the neighbor's cars. You're not seeing all those extra things that oftentimes clutter our photos. We are seeing the subject and the big bold sky and the pretty background behind her. So lower angles often help for dog photos, and then you can get straight on for them so that they don't look short or you're missing their legs because you're shooting down on them. So we want to shoot at a straight on angle, get that camera source lower to the ground, and you can see how cool this looks. This looks like a very strategic, posed, wonderful, lovely picture that I've taken of my dog. However, we can also level that up and get a different look. So in order to do that, we're just going to lower our camera source even more. This is the exact same thing. So if you look, trees exactly the same, sky exactly the same. I have just lowered my camera source to be in the grass. Now I have grass in the foreground. So the most difference that you're going to notice in these photos, because they're pretty much the same. I literally went from here down to here with my camera level. You are noticing that grass in the foreground. So you've got none here, it's just flat grass. You're just taking a pretty picture. This is very clearly posed. This looks very photographer-like, which by the way, I'm a professional photographer. And then I just dropped it down to get more of a lifestyle image. And in the moment, like we're really there with them. It's not as posed, but it's very, very striking. Elements in the foreground almost always level up those pictures. We want things in between our subject and the camera lens to add visual depth to it. So you can see the difference. The clouds, the sky, the trees, they're all right there. She barely moved. Her expression changed. Yes, it did. She had her tongue out in the first one and then she had her mouth closed in the second one. But environment-wise, that grass changes the game. It changes how we're creating these images. So you can put your camera source down toward the ground and then on the ground or very close to the ground in the grass to get two wildly different images and two wildly different representations of the exact same scene. Now, I will say as a professional photographer, if you are taking pictures, be it on your phone or with your camera, you are going to be mindful of how you're then going to be using them. So if you were going to print this as a print, this would be great. If, however, I was going to take this and use this as a canvas, I know as a photographer that I have to have a gap of space around my image because that's what's going to wrap around the canvas. So is there enough space in this one? No, I would have to build this out, add a little bit more of the background elements. I would actually build it out, make this image a little bit smaller and build up the sky, the trees, and the grass on the ground so that this was still on the front of the canvas because it would cut it off right about here and take away a lot of that grass if I were to print this on a canvas. So be mindful of things like that as well when you're taking pictures of your pups. Now there's a full playlist here on the channel helping you to take pictures of your dog, be it on your phone, your camera, your whatever, from a professional photographer. So you don't need to hire somebody to take your daily life photos of your dog. Sure, you might want to hire a professional photographer and get those really good like studio quality, more than what you can do photos of your dog. Highly recommend doing that every once in a while, especially as your dog is growing and changing. But you can document their day-to-day life by yourself with tips and tricks from me, somebody who's been doing this for well over a decade professionally and made good money doing it. So follow along for more, check out the playlist on how to take better photos and videos of your dog, drop your questions down below, and we'll see you for our daily videos helping you navigate the world of being a dog parent so you can level up for your pup and give them the best life possible with the least amount of stress for you. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes and happy photographing your pup.